Hello everyone, how you guys doing? It's Iker with the Funky High Vibes, and welcome to another walkthrough and review. So this is probably going to get me in tarot exile, but of course, this is the Wild Unknown Tarot by Kim Krans, as you guys can see. It has the sleeve that it just slides out, very beautiful, and you kind of get a few of the images here. But I first purchased the Animal Spirit because I gotta be honest with you guys. I saw this deck first and I thought the imagery was absolutely gorgeous, but I didn't quite see, it didn't really speak to me. When I saw it in pictures, I was like, that's a gorgeous deck, but the images didn't pop out to me. The meanings didn't scream to me. So I didn't get the deck. This was actually gifted to me, but I did immediately fall in love with the Animal Spirit when I saw it. So it opens up like this, kind of like a book. You have, of course, the Wild Unknown Tarot and the suits on the back, and the rest is just black and simple and beautiful. So yeah, so this deck was gifted to me. May you always be on the inner quest. And I gotta say, I have to swallow my words. See, it comes in a smaller box, which I love, because then they just kind of stay here, safe, secure, protected. So again, like I have to swallow my words because I have been using this deck since I got it. I was like, I want to, since it was gifted to me, which I truly appreciate, I'm going to give it a fighting chance. Every deck I own and it was given to me, I keep because I love decks. But this one, I absolutely love. You have, of course, your guidebook with the very famous scaled back. Drawing tarot. She explains a little bit about her journey and what the suits are. This is a little kind of like a mini tarot course, if you will. This is for people that really have no idea what tarot is, but also for, more mature tarot readers like me. You have some spreads, the year ahead, the Celtic cross. But I don't want to say she dumbs it down because she really doesn't. It's a very powerful deck. But anyone can pick up this deck and start reading it because she explains everything. Reverses, last thoughts, kind of like a summary thing. And then she goes into the meanings of the cards. And she doesn't overcomplicate them. She gets right to the point on what they mean, which leaves you very open to using your own intuition to interpret the cards. And that's really what tarot is all about, right? So she leaves you open for you to play with your intuition. Oh, sorry guys. All right, so we got the box here, very similar to, you got the suits in the back, in your beautiful circle here, the wheel. So this deck is going to be out of order because, again, I've used it many times, but I will show you all of the cards. It's a little pip-ish. If you know what pip cards are, it means that, when you get the Nine of Pentacles, it's pretty much 9 pentacles. There isn't much scenic imagery like the Rider-Waite does. This one is very animal-based. There are no people in this deck, which I think is actually pretty cool. I think it also, because when we're dealing with tarot cards, we are also dealing with archetypes, If you've ever read Jung and the Tarot, Carl Jung, it's all about the archetypes in the tarot. So it's interesting that we don't get to see people here. We see animals. So then we get like this different layer of energy versus just having like a man or a woman or a person. It's kind of like genderless, if you will. It's more animals, and we're getting the energy of that animal plus the energy of the colors and the energy of whatever symbol she puts. Like the Temperance, she put tears, but she also put fire, which is really the alchemic, Temperance is all about alchemizing and bringing together fire and water, or finding balance. There is such a beautiful simplicity to her images, but also they're powerful. they're meaningful. You can uncover a lot from her images, which I will say, you know, like I said in the beginning, it would take me away from, you know, it would put me in tarot exile, because yes, these images photograph really well, but they didn't speak to me until I got the deck and I started playing with it, until I touched it, until I started using it. Then I was like, oh crap, this is actually, there's a lot here, you know. And the beauty of these images too is that you can almost look at them like oracle cards. You know, for example, this Three of Wands here, we know what the Three of Wands means: moving forward, making a plan, you know, looking to the horizon and manifesting what you want. But this can also be creating that portal towards what you want, going from these black and white stagnation lines to a life full of color, right? The meaning is very similar, but we've added a whole new layer to it. You know, her artwork is really incredible, and she has a beautiful way of using black and white and just really bright colors, but in a very clever and smart way. She finds a beautiful way to marry the black and white ink line drawing work that she has with beautiful watercolor paintings. As far as I know, this deck is fully done in ink and watercolor. And the cardstock is not bad, but it bends pretty easily. If you have the animal spirit, this cardstock it's thinner. It's a little bit thinner than the animal spirit. I find that the animal spirit is harder to bend so easily this way. The cardstock is definitely thicker on the animal spirit, but that's okay. 78 cards versus, I'm not sure how many are in the animal spirit right now, but I know it's less than 78. So, you know, you don't want too thick of a card because you want it to shuffle well. You want it to be able to shuffle. If you would like to riffle shuffle, this is a very easy deck to do so. But I'm a riffle shuffler, you know, to be honest with you guys. And this deck stays, like, it's sturdy. It'll last you a long time. You can shuffle and reshuffle. Oh, also what she does is you can see the Father of Pentacles. So the page would be the daughter, the knight would be the son, you have the queen as mother, and the king as the father. You got the world, which is the image, you know, for the design, the main design. See, Mother of Wands would be the Queen of Wands. Son of Pentacles would be the Knight of Pentacles. It's a beautiful rainbow here. She uses color in such a smart way. And also I find that this deck, she doesn't have that in the book, but at least it's what I find for myself, is that I can look at the colors and I can almost do like color theory or color healing. Like this orange and yellow and touches of red here is very lower chakras, and it's the Fool. So I want to feel secure and safe before I move ahead with my quest, right? Versus looking at blues and the moon, which could mean, you know, higher chakras, could be the third eye or the throat even. So there's definitely some color theory here and color healing that you can add to your readings, of course, if you so choose. But I found that her use of colors help me in my readings. You know, 10 of Cups, all about happiness. You got this beautiful rainbow, which could be that all your chakras are aligned, or if you get this in an obstacle position on a spread, you can do a chakra alignment meditation. This Lovers is so beautiful. This deck is absolutely incredible, I gotta say. And I kind of like regret a little bit not having it earlier, but listen, everything happens for a reason, right? So I'm very happy that I was gifted this deck. But definitely, I can't believe that I was like, maybe not, until I started using it. So there it is, guys. There are all the cards. I hope that this walkthrough and review served you well. If you have not gotten this deck and you're apprehensive, maybe get with a friend that has it and play with it for a little bit. See if it speaks to you, because it only spoke to me after I had it in my hands and I was playing with it. Pictures, as beautiful as it is, and as beautiful as the photographs, it didn't do service to reading with it. All right, guys. Much love out there. Have a good week.